I tried to start that video with my eyes really open because if you saw my last video, there was a really bad opening screenshot. So, hi guys. I hope you guys are having a wonderful Wednesday. I am really excited about some of the stuff that I want to talk about tonight. I actually even wrote some notes down. Oh wow, we already have 4 people watching. Go ahead and comment who's there. Hey Tiffany. Hope you're still not at the office. I hope you're home. I wanted to start by just saying thank you to everyone who posted on my page yesterday. I was feeling really sick. I actually had to go home and not go to the Marlins game that I mentioned that I was going to be going to because I didn't feel well. And we had I think 30 people or more give me remedies on how to feel better quickly because I was like, I need to feel better now. And so I literally went out and bought almost all of them. Lindsay told me to buy Pedialyte, so I bought this baby electrolyte formula. I think it's really for more if you're hungover, but I drink it anyway. And then, hi Raul, thanks for joining us. And then somebody told me to hi Erica, thanks for coming. I'm just talking about last night. I'm waiting for a couple more people to sign on, but I'm talking about how I got better pretty quickly actually by taking literally all the remedies at once. Probably not the best idea, but this is the Bragg's apple cider. First off, this tastes so good if you like sour stuff. And I've been putting it in my water and also just drinking it spoonfuls. And I don't think you're supposed to drink this much in one day, but I'm feeling better, so I guess that's good. It was funny at work today. One of my friends, Sue, I told her that I was drinking a bunch of vinegar, and she was like, you're going to smell really bad when you work out tomorrow. So I'll have to let you guys know if I smell like vinegar tomorrow in the morning. That's not cute. But it definitely, getting sick like that and kind of in the middle of the week when I have a ton of stuff going on, it really reminded me how important it is to keep your health up and make sure that you're constantly taking good care of yourself. In general, I do, but in the last couple days, I guess, I was at Tortuga, I was doing stuff, I wasn't really thinking. So it looks like we have a bunch of people listening, so I'm going to dive into what I wanted to talk about tonight. I hope we have Beth Jerry. Beth, are you there yet? Because I am doing this topic specifically for you, ma'am. In one of my other videos, I asked if anyone, hi Chris, hi Lindsay, thanks for coming. I love when people comment, by the way, so if anything I say sparks a thought, write a comment, throw up some thumbs and hearts, and I see a lot of this face going on right now, so that's cool. But anything to interact, I love when people are interacting with the video. But Beth Jerry asked me to go over how to pump yourself up, how to get yourself excited when you're not feeling excited, and I would totally welcome and love any other suggestions on what you guys want to talk about in future videos. Some days I have inspired thoughts, and then some days I'm I have no idea what to get on and say today. So any suggestions are always super welcome. Oh, hey Hubador, is that how I say your name, Hubador? That's an exciting name. So want to talk about how to pump yourself up and how to get excited. And I really spent some time thinking about this. I mean, Beth probably brought it up to me at the beginning of the week. And because it was my first recommended topic, I didn't want to just go at it and give some random thoughts. I wanted to really I really wanted to think of what my strongest answer to that would be. And the first thing I thought was I can relate to that, right? I can relate to feeling you're not in the state you want to be. Feeling man, I need to pump myself up. I need to get myself out of where I'm feeling. And it happened to me just maybe a week or 2 ago. It had been 2 weeks since I went to 10X Growth Con. And for those 2 weeks, I'd had what I like to call a conference high. You leave an event and you're oh, I'm ready, I'm gonna do it, da 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 da. And it starts to wear off. And some people had said to me during that time period, oh, you're just on a conference high. You're just excited right now. This won't be permanent changes. These are just things you're excited about now. And I was so pissed that people said that. Because I was this is not a conference high. I'm going to feel excited forever. And then I came in one day. I had a really tough weekend. And I came into work. And I was not on that high. Not on that level. And I reached out to one of my friends, new friends, Grant. And I said, Grant, I'm not feeling awesome today. Like, give me something to work with. Like, tell me what to do. And he's like, well, when do you feel awesome? And I said, I feel awesome when I work out. And he was like, well, then work out. I was like, I'm at work right now. Like, I can't work out. And he was like, bullshit, you can. And I was like, no, I'm at work. Like, I can't. And he was like, find a way. So I went back in, some of you guys might have seen where we had that baseball meeting. We have a big warehouse in the back of our office. And I literally started to do push-ups and jumping jacks and just like took like some time to get myself like feeling a little bit more excited and some endorphins. And I also met two people back there. They were like loading a truck and I was like, I'll help you. Like, I'm trying to work out, so let me lift some things. And it was cool. It got me like back feeling in the zone. But what I realized was there's a lot of things you can do to pump yourself up, right? You can go work out, you can listen to some great songs, you can call a friend, get some advice from someone who you know is going to put you in a great space. But what hit me is that I don't really want to get pumped up. That's not really what I wanted. What I wanted was to be able to connect to that elevated level on a more permanent basis. Right? I didn't want to have the low. Right? I don't want to just pump myself up. So I would challenge, Beth, who suggested this topic, I would challenge you, Beth, that maybe the thing you want isn't to be pumped up, but it's to stay at a higher level on a more consistent basis, right? Because you wouldn't need to feel pumped up if you operated at a higher level to begin with. So I thought of that for a while, and I thought, how can I do that? And what are some things that would, so like if I'm constantly operating at a 5, and I'm like, this is my middle ground, and I have some ups when I get pumped up, but I also have some downs, life feels like a roller coaster, right? And I'm sure, like, throw some thumbs up if you can relate to that sometimes. Like, you're excited, you feel like you're winning, especially if you're in sales, right? Like, things are awesome, things are like crap. Like, things are great, things are bad, things are great, things are bad. And it's constantly, jolting my emotions. So I thought to myself, like, how can I maintain an 8 as opposed to a 5? Because if I was maintaining an 8, well, then it's easier. I'm closer always to getting to a 10. But also, if I have some downs, they don't bring me down as far. So I was thinking about that and thinking about, instead of how to pump yourself up, how to stay more pumped up on a consistent level. And one of the things that I had shared with you guys previously was that I had been looking recently through a lot of my Tony Robbins notes. And one of the pages that I flipped to was about state. And this is something that I keep on my desk at work also, this like state triangle. Some of you guys might have seen me post a photo of that. It's like blue and green, I think. And that's something I want to talk about, is that really what you want is not to pump yourself up temporarily, but you want to elevate your state on a more consistent basis. And so the 3 things that Tony teaches that elevate your state, or that make up your state in a regular basis, are your focus, your language, and your physiology. So those 3 things combined put together the state that you're in at any given moment. So first, the focus is, what are you allowing your self to focus on at that moment? I got so into that at one point, looking at what I was focusing on, looking at what was catching my attention and what wasn't, that I was in a point in my life where I really wanted to be in a relationship. I really wanted a significant other, and I wouldn't let myself listen to any songs that like spoke derogatorily towards women. I wouldn't listen to any songs like about breakups. I would only listen to like happy love songs, because I was like, that's what I'm going to focus on. I'm going to be totally focused on what I want and not allow the things that I don't want to come into my focus. So that's part 1, is monitoring your focus, monitoring what's catching your attention and what you're allowing to keep your attention. The next is your language. So what are the things that you're saying on a consistent basis? And I noticed when I first learned this, concept of the state being your focus, your language, and your physiology, I realized that myself and a lot of people around me, it's just very common in culture that we talk very negatively in like a joking sense. Like, oh, I'm too broke to do that. Or, I'm too broke is like a really common one that like bothers me so much. In fact, I actually started limiting how much I hung out with a certain person, because the fact that they constantly complained that they were broke. And it wasn't that they were broke that turned me off from hanging out with them. It's that they just liked to talk about the fact that they were broke. And, the thought is like, if you keep saying that, then that's what's going to be your reality. So, I every day I'm trying to monitor my language and what I'm saying. And like, I will like occasionally catch myself mid-sentence and be like, no, like that's not in line with what I want, so I shouldn't say that, right? Like even just times when I'm like really frustrated, like saying like, oh, I'm so angry. Like, no, like I don't want to be angry, so I'm not going to talk about that. I'm going to talk about the solution. And the last thing is your physiology. So it's really easy to be unhappy if you physically let yourself be unhappy. So if you want to, back to Beth's original question is like, if you want to pump yourself up, like physically put yourself in a different state. Just like Grant had suggested to me not to just sit at my desk and, hey Milo, not to just sit at my desk, but to go physically do something. Try and monitor when you are happy, when you are feeling pumped up. What is your physiology doing? Like, where are your shoulders? Where's your head? How do you hold yourself? How's your face? As opposed to, when you're feeling down. And when you do feel down, try and force yourself physically back into that state. Hi, Simon. Hey, Kimmy. Did you see that crazy photo of me for Camp No Counselors? That was embarrassing. I went on Camp No Counselors website, everyone, yesterday. So Kimmy and I went to camp together at Camp No Counselors, which is a super fun experience. And basically it's adult camp. And we got a little crazy on the party nights. And I turn on the website and go to, they announced like their party themes for this year, and front and center, there I am in like a unicorn costume dancing. And I was like, oh my goodness, whoops. You sign a waiver that any photo they take there, they can post wherever they want forever. So there I am. But what was I talking about? So your state, your physiology, your language. Anyone who's just tuning in right now, somebody had asked me to share, how do you pump yourself up? And my response was that, rather than just pump yourself up, how do you stay at a more elevated level? Yeah, party unicorn. How do you stay at a more elevated level on a consistent basis? So I would say another big key, in addition to your focus, your physiology, and your language, another big key in staying pumped up on a more consistent basis, at least for me, has been being driven by a compelling future, like having something that I know I'm working towards and something that I'm excited about. And that can be, for me at least, as little as like a vacation. Knowing that I have a big event coming up, like I'm going to Utah in May, like that helps me look forward to something and put me in a better mood. I like to have stuff planned like for like the whole next year. I have like things to do and things to work towards. It helps me like on a financial level because I know I want to book more things. It helps me on like an emotional level because I'm excited to do those. But it also, back to the compelling future, like know what your goals are and what you're working towards and what you want to do, and it'll be a little bit easier to stay pumped up. It's really easy to get derailed by small obstacles when you don't know what you're working for and you don't know what you're working towards, right? If you're just like working towards a paycheck instead of a big goal, whether or not that goal is financial or not, but a life goal, and you say, what I'm doing every day is getting me closer to that goal, you're going to have a lot different feeling when a bump in the road comes up. Like, you're going to view it as a challenge and you want to get past it and you're going to move forward. It's just another step in reaching your goal, as opposed to total derailment, which, will kind of throw you off. And it's like, why am I even doing this? So those are some thoughts I have on, that's kind of what I put together for how to pump yourself up. I hope that helps. I know there's still going to be those moments where you feel immediately down and you're like, well, oh, look, I have 10 people watching all at once. Elizabeth Jerry, you got to go back and watch the rest of it. I talked about you a ton. We had 10 people watching at once. That's the most I've ever had. I should share this with you guys. I set a goal the other day that in this 90-day period, I want to have 100 people watching at once. So the most I've ever had is 10. So I have a long way to go. But hopefully you guys can help me with that. So like if you like any of these videos, specifically like any of them stuck out to you or really rung home and you said, yeah, I got something from that, or you think like someone could benefit from it, tag them in some of the comments and like share this with other people. I really want to, I feel like, and this is like a crazy feeling, but I'm going to share it with you guys because you're the ones like listening and here. But I feel like we're starting something. I feel like this is like the beginning of a story, and like together we are, creating this cool little environment. Like someone texted me today and they asked me, how are the live videos going? And I said, amazing. Like so many things are happening from the live videos that I didn't expect to happen, because I guess I didn't really like expect anything. I was just excited when a couple people tuned in. And hey, Lindsay, oh, thank you so much. That means so much to me. I really appreciate it. Hey, Con. So it's like one of the amazing things that's happening from these videos, and I'm being connected with people who I haven't talked to in so long. Like, Con, I can't remember the last time we talked, but it's great to see you watching this. Thank you guys so much for tuning in. So I just want to, I feel like we're starting to create this little community. Like, I have these people I'm tagging, like, that watch it. And I think that's really cool. I feel like this is the beginning of a cool story. Like, I feel like we're going to talk about this later, like not just 90 days from now, but a few years from now. And this will be the starting point. So it's a really cool feeling. And it's exciting. And on that note, I wanted to ask you guys before we sign off, I've been getting like a jillion friend requests. Like, no joke, probably like 4 an hour. Is that happening to anyone else? Because I feel like I'm being like targeted by some like weird internet company, and they're just pushing people to like friend request me. Most of them I don't know. I've been accepting ones that I have a significant amount of mutual friends with, and I've actually been able to connect to some really cool people who I met like once at a conference, or, we've interacted here and there. But there's a bunch of like other ones. So I'm wondering if that's happening like across Facebook, or if it's like just happening to me. You get a bunch of junk requests, at least one a day. I'm getting 4 an hour. Like, it's insane. I don't understand. And I'll even like message some ones that have like more contacts with me. Like, they have like 10 or more common friends. And I'm like, hey, like, just curious, like, what made you reach out? Or, and even it happens to you too. I don't understand it. Some of them I've been accepting because maybe they want to come watch the video. I don't want to stop them. Maybe they're good people. But some of them, I don't know, like, are they real? Are they not? It's freaking me out a little bit. So anyway, thank you guys so much for tuning in. It's been so exciting. I would love to hear what you guys would want to talk about in future videos. And then, any thoughts that you have from this video, please share them in the comments. I come back a lot and rewatch the video and rewatch the comments and re-look at it. So even if you're someone that's not tuning in live right now, but you're tuning in at a later time, comment. I'd love to hear what you have to say, and I'd love to comment back to you guys, and maybe, respond in my next video. Tomorrow, I had an idea for a video, and I can't remember what it was tomorrow, but on either Friday or Saturday, I'm going to be showing you guys one of the events that our office is doing. We're doing a huge wing competition here in South Florida, and I have a couple clients, and there's something that I want to tell you about those clients. So I'm going to do that, let's say Saturday. We're going to do that on Saturday because the event's Saturday, Friday is the setup. So I'll share that with you guys on Saturday. And that was the client, one of the clients who's going to be there is the client who I did the live video today in his office, the all the way up, nothing can stop me. That was super fun. So you've had 414 requests since yesterday. Paul, what? Yeah, I feel you, man. What's happening? And how do you stop it? Like, is there like some program that we can get to like weed out the ones we don't? It's very weird. I was going to put it so that only friends of friends could request me. But then I realized if I do that and I meet someone that's not a friend of a friend, like, they won't be able to find me. So, AVD, what up, girl? I heard you had an amazing brunch the other day. So, turn on follow. I don't know what that means. Paul, can you direct message me and explain that? You didn't know me. Well, now you do. Nice to meet you, Paul. So yeah, that's exactly what I'm saying. Like, there's some people that I want to accept, that I've met, actually, like Simon and a bunch of really cool people just from like these connections, but some of them are bizarre. So anyway, that's all I have to share for the video today. But like I said, Saturday we'll do a video Wings Fest, and today's only Wednesday, right? So tomorrow, Thursday, and Friday, I'm open to suggestions. Would love to hear what you guys, want to chat about. What are some ideas? I'll come up with some stuff though too. I always have ideas laying around the house. So hope you guys have a good night. I'm off to Melting Pot with my little sister and my mom. It's our little family tradition that we go to Melting Pot for each other's birthdays. We used to go like all the time, and then we realized, not so healthy. But we like only get cheese and chocolate, cheese and chocolate. That's it. We don't even get the entree. It's so good. I'm so excited. Maybe I'll post some photos later. So if you're not following me already on Instagram or Twitter, I like post a lot of photos to both of those that I don't post on Facebook. Oh, Beth is texting me. I was like, what? If you're not following me on Instagram or Twitter, it's at Janine Naomi Live. So go find me. Sarah Bunnywith, my Tough Mudder friend. Are you prepping for Tough Mudder yet? I need a Tough Mudder sticker. I have, this is my Camelback that I take everywhere. I'm going to take it to Moab with me in May. So anyway, I keep wrapping up, but then I keep getting excited that more people sign on. So tomorrow and all the rest of the days, I'm going to post what time I'm going to be going live. So make sure you look out for those posts on my Facebook page, because I'll post hey, going to go live at 7 p.m. or going to go live at whatever time. And that way you can join us on the live. But if you guys just joined now, I highly encourage you to go back and watch the beginning of it. Post some comments. I want to hear what you think. And I'll see you guys tomorrow. Moab is phenomenal, right, Paul? Absolutely phenomenal. Have a great night.